told me.
I did. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Oh,
That's
nobody
the
wants
kind
to
of
see my
support
hanky.
team I am, Jen. See, do you feel it? I think Jen feels it and she appreciates it. She's like,
does.
wow, Belinda
Well,
is
in the
on
beginning
it.
of her correspondence to me.
I'm edging in on your and Jen's thing.
She did
Oh,
say how
sorry,
awesome you
sorry.
were.
Okay. Well, okay. So then,
Yeah.
Jen, you don't mind if I try to nudge in on the special
No.
thing that you've got going with Jake,
Oh my God!
my husband,
I
this
can't-
guy here? I'm totally
No.
cool with it.
How do I?
I don't know. I'm not even going to look. I'm not even going to turn around. I'm
if
going to
only-
ignore you.
if only
That's
there was a way
ridiculous. What you're
to
doing.
I know it is ridiculous. I don't even know why I bothered doing this.
I want to tell them about the squirrel.
Okay.
Talking about the bringing up the
All right.
rear.
Hello, Keith.
Hello, Keith from Florida. So the other day, Jake saw a squirrel from the rear end, a male, and he was a little bit jealous.
No, I was just telling you. Because you were chasing a squirrel out of the little garden today.
Yeah, I'm always chasing squirrels. I've got 3 vegetable plots, and I'm
Yeah.
always chasing some squirrel or trying to clap a white butterfly to death out there.
Between her hands, you can't just kill them by applauding.
I'm just going to clap you to death from here, you little white shit.
But there was a squirrel out there, and she was chasing around, and I said, "Is that one of those big tom squirrels?" Because this other tree that's in this part of our yard, the squirrel was right over my head, and I looked up, and the nuts on this guy were impressive. I mean, it's like no wonder they get growly at you. Sometimes these squirrels get growly at you, like, "Hey, beat it," and they're like, "Why don't you beat it?" And you could see that he was under the
had
power
some
of
cojones.
these big nuts. Squirrel
Jake
nuts.
said that what do you call it? Proportion wise, his nuts were a huge part of the whole body of the squirrel. Because I said, well, surely yours must be bigger than the squirrel's. I mean, you're a
Proportionally.
grown man, but
Proportionally, I feel like.
But you don't want your nuts to be any bigger, do you? You don't want to have to have a wheelbarrow to carry.
No.
Those people who get that disease and they have to...
I don't know that anyone watching is empowered to change that size of that part of my body, but no, I wouldn't want them any bigger.
Yeah.
Hello, Ramon. Happy Tuesday. Yes, Belinda, I need to know, did you watch the dog show on TV
in New Zealand?
What dog show?
Yeah, which dog show? Not Crufts. That was one when I was a kid, but that was in English. That was all the silly little dogs that ran around that had hair that grew so long down to the ground, like a skirt or a dress they were wearing. It's like, that doesn't look like a dog. It looks like a little toy in a dress. It's ridiculous that thing came from a wolf.
Uma says there's a video of an elephant scratching his balls against a rock on the internet. Sounds great.
Uma, wow, we're going to get right on that. Oh, yeah.
As soon as we're done watching the show that we're watching right now, we're watching the Japanese gangster show.
Oh, yeah, and I spelt it wrong yesterday. I said it was Geri. It's Giri, Jiri, and then Haji, Haji. Really good TV.
5 episodes in, we're liking it.
Yeah.
Hello,
We're only at
Dana
4.
from Iowa. I'm from Iowa. I don't know if you're from Iowa. Yes, Ramon. The nuts, if they were on me, the squirrel nuts would probably be grapefruit size, baseball size at least.
You said grape nut?
Ridiculous.
Bigger than a
Bigger
grape
than
nut.
a grape nut. Oh, I thought he
Not
said
a grapefruit.
Testicle Tuesday. No.
Oh, I would not.
No.
If you had testicles the size of grapefruits,
Well,
I don't know what a grape nut is. So, Ramon, you're going to have to tell us what's a grape nut.
It's a cereal.
Oh.
It's a cereal.
Oh.
But you did ask, and this it wasn't really planned that this was
God,
going to be the lead-in to the conversation yesterday.
Yep.
The question at the end of yesterday's show
Oh,
was,
I know what those are.
What are those pink balls?
Yeah.
And this is the pink balls.
Yeah.
And they're this
Game.
toy thing from the 70s where you do this and then you...
Yeah. Yeah, that will be very loud for those
Yeah,
people.
it's too loud.
Yeah.
I'm
really
sorry.
good at that
And
game.
also, it
I'm
could
really
have
good at
taken
that game.
yeah,
Give it
no.
here. Give me the pink balls. I want the pink balls.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, later. Oh,
Later. Yeah, you
look
can
at
have them
him.
later.
He's really...
I'm scared about what we were doing.
Yeah, well, no. I know, I knew to lean back. It would be hilarious if you busted some of the equipment with the pink balls.
Julie says
But luckily you
big
didn't.
nuts means there's a lot of competition from other sperm, and you don't want that. I don't want that. I want my sperm to be the winners. Although we're done breeding, I think we're done having offspring.
Yeah, that ship sailed. Yep.
Scott says try having 3 nuts and all of them small.
That's like people who have 3 nipples.
This is a weird time for me to find out that fact about you.
Yeah, but thank you,
I mean,
Scott.
we've known each other so long.
Isn't one of them a bit bigger?
I'm sure one of them is bigger. Yeah, it'd be hard for them to all be the same size.
Oh, Brett
Yeah.
McKenzie said he used to watch sheepdogs, herd sheep, and the family gathered around the TV on Sunday nights. Okay, well, Brett McKenzie is completely lovely, and he's also not lying. So we have this show that it's called Country Calendar. And Country Calendar would go to a different farm every Sunday, and they would show you. And if you've never seen a New Zealand sheepdog or a sheepdog in action and what they can do with a herd of sheep, it's pretty great. They yell a lot of "get in behind," and the sheep gets the dog will run in, get behind the sheep, and move them forward. But they also have what they call is it an eye dog or the point dog? But there's one dog that can hold the sheep just with it gets in front and just with its eyes.
Them down.
Yeah, it sort of holds them with its And the
You've
sheep
tried to do
kind
that
of
to me before.
Well, I'm always trying to do it to you. You tried to do it to me yesterday on the show. No, I tried to do it to you yesterday on the show about something.
I just wanted to before we get done with the those pink balls. Scotch, you're right. Clackers. That's what we used to call these when I was young.
Kais wants
and
to
they
call
were
them
popular.
knockers, but Scott wants to call them clackers. They can actually
It's keys.
Oh, keys.
Remember we went over this.
Oh,
but-
right, we're
yeah.
saying it wrong. Sorry, keys.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure even if the pronunciation thing was a joke on his page.
Right. Anyway, the Country Calendar, yeah, really great viewing. In fact, Jake really liked Country Calendar. You like that as much as Pig Hunter, the magazine. when we go to
Country
New Zealand.
Calendar is one of my favorite shows in
Yeah.
New Zealand. They profile some kind of farm thing. I think it's maybe even 2 or 3. Each half-hour episode has 2 or 3 farm visits on it.
Yeah, unless it's a really, high quality one, like, me on the farm with, sexing the chicks or, watching the vet give artificial insemination to the lady cow. But, Country Calendar is great because it's real New Zealanders, on their farms, talking about, something that they,
And it's
do
interesting.
there.
It's
And
interesting.
then,
Yep.
I'll stop, you go.
Well, no, I don't want to interrupt you when you're talking about a farm show
That you really love.
Yeah.
Well, you love the news. I mean, but I read this somewhere the other day where someone was talking about how great the news is in New Zealand because it could be the lead item on the network television news. We have 3 TV stations. It could be some farmer who something happened to him that day, and then it could be some sporting thing or All Blacks or something that happened to the bees, and then number 3 is something that happened internationally. But
Yeah, they don't get to our president, the U.S. president, until well into the news. Like I remember the last time we were in New Zealand a year and a half ago. One of the nights on the local news, on the national news, the lead story was a tree fell into some little boy's bedroom.
and that really
Holy
is
crap.
that's pretty wild because normally we'd be on bigger stories than that.
The best.
Yeah, but it's sweet, lovely news. I mean, now they're trying to promote New Zealand as the sort of the COVID-free business destination of the world, but hopefully that doesn't work because what we like about it is there aren't a lot of people there, but we have a huge brain drain for New Zealand.
Someone mentioned nunchucks along with the clackers, and I do want to just
Oh.
point out that I do have these are foam nunchucks, so they're not.
Yeah, don't. Oh,
See, you can.
yeah. That's hard enough. Yeah, hit yourself with them, thanks.
You can't-
I don't even like the idea of you hitting me with a nunchuck,
No,
even in
you don't like the idea of it. I like the idea of it.
Yeah, not the actual. Don't do it. I just like the idea of it.
I like
but
the idea of
but if
being
you
hit
said
with a
you were
nunchuck.
yeah.
I like the idea of having my
Yeah,
head.
I don't know if that's a good thing for them to see you hitting me with even if it's a rubber nunchuck. Because
Well,
if
I
someone's
don't-
got the sound off,
I don't know if we have many children watching.
Yeah.
Ramon's
Oh.
saying that Mike Rowe on Dirty Jobs learned how to castrate sheep with his teeth. I can't say that I'd like to learn how to do that, but I'd like to be able to say that I've done that.
mountain oysters, that's what they call it when you eat them right away after you've castrated the little boy lammy. Mountain oysters.
So today I was doing my workout with the the elastic. I was doing this workout with these elastic bands, where you grab the handles and you pull and do a stretchy thing, and this happened. It just came apart, and the ends of the band. How close is it to? It's pretty close to the same. And the ends of the band came back and snapped, hurt my hands. I got hurt. Today. I had a little varinus injury.
Oh, that's not good. A working out one.
I'd
Are you
rather
okay
get
now?
hit by the Nerf nunchucks than
that.
I'm okay now.
Well, it would give you a fright. I have to
still
say,
bruised a
sometimes
little
when I
tender.
see you out there with those rubber bands and you're lifting yourself up on those rings, and I do think, gosh, if something snapped, if something broke.
I might have to fight one of these squirrels one of these days.
Oh, right. Just punch them right in the nuts. That's the first form of self-defense.
Oh.
Ladies get taught all the time.
Rich says those bands make a decent slingshot. That's maybe my project for tomorrow.
Oh,
I'm going to make
God.
that slingshot
And kill- get that squirrel.
I'm going to get him right in the nuts. They're such a big target.
Oh my God.
So
I'm not going to be witness to that, I don't think. I'll be out when he's doing that. I'll be doing something else.
So my daughter had an ex-boyfriend that had to go to the doctor because he tried to switch his
Balls
balls.
into the other sack. Oh, God.
I'm glad that you took over the reading on the second half of that.
Oh, well, we used to have these terrible stories in New Zealand about, your stag do, the night before you get married.
Bachelor, that's your bachelor party.
Yeah, we call it a stag do. And there's hen's night for the ladies. And so the stag do, your bachelor party, if you were a farmer, there was the nuggeting of the balls. And then there was also the terrible story
The
about...
nuggeting of the balls?
Well, the nuggeting is the shoe shine nugget.
There's so
What
many
do
things
call
you have
nugget?
to define.
What do you
Shoe
call it?
polish.
Shoe polish.
You put
Oh,
the
you
shoe-
guys, shoe polish. Fuck, it's called nugget. So you get the nugget and you get the black one and you nugget the guy's testicles. It's a lovely wedding night treat for
I'm just saying-
the new missus. And then, yep.
I'm just saying, if you don't know that nugget is shoe polish, when you say nuggeting the balls, it sounds like, yes, I'm in for that. I'd like...
Yeah, I'd like two nuggeting of the balls, please. I love to have my balls
Yeah.
touched. But the really terrible one. So one of the ways that you take off the lamb's testicles is there's the just take them right off with a knife, and then there's the horrible hot thing that you burn them off, and then there's this rubber band that you put on that's super tight, and the poor little they run away like because it's so painful, but it eventually sort of kills them. They die and then they fall off. But there's the horrible stag night trick that you hear about where they go to put the rubber band on one of the guy's balls and they accidentally can't get it off. I think it's it's not an urban myth, it's a rural myth because it happens in rural communities. But how did you like that story?
You really took the long way around.
You
on
really
that one.
hope that. Oh, I thought that was quite quality.
No, it was good.
Rural
It was
myth,
good.
that was quite good.
Yeah,
Anyway, hopefully
it
you
was
don't
good.
lose your ball. Now over to you.
So I didn't mean for this to be Testicle Tuesday. It's just turning out that way.
No, I like
because
it. I like
looked
it.
up. You have a drink every time someone says testicles. Yeah, that's great. Yes, Jen, we were supposed to have some questions today, but no one emailed me any questions.
Oh.
Some people emailed me samples of their work, but nobody emailed me any questions. So if you'd like to email me some questions for tomorrow, Dana, I'm sorry you're getting faint. Just breathe. Try and get through this. Email me questions. We'll answer them tomorrow. It's jake@jakethis.com. And a special hello to all the people who received the email telling them about this. So I thought today, since it's Tuesday, and we do love alliteration.
We do. I particularly love it. I didn't
during-
know that you were so keen on it, but I'm glad to know that you are.
Varinus really lends itself to alliteration. So Tarantula Tuesday.
Oh.
So I looked up tarantulas.
Tarantula Tuesday.
I don't have a lot on tarantulas, but I was
Just a
surprised. I
little
found
bit.
some surprising things. Do you know how? First of all, tarantulas live all over, and they all over tropical, arid climates all over the world. Tarantulas, and why are frozen peas the same size? Well, we'll get to that, Keith. And they live. Do you know how long tarantulas live? Did you just look at that?
I did see it, yeah. I'll pretend I don't know it.
30 years.
It's a long time for a big,
Oh.
sort of spidery,
Well, just-
furry thing, isn't it?
People
Because
get...
they're insects, right?
No, they're arachnids. They have 8 legs.
Oh, right, of course. Silly me. 6 legs insect, 8 legs arachnid.
We've been over this. We've
Right,
been over
I know
this.
met times. What is wrong with me? Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay, I'm back. I'm paying attention.
and they have
rebooting.
They live for 30 years, and so people get pet tarantulas. I think it's rare for them to last 30 years in captivity, but now we're talking giant spiders. For 30 years in captivity, and every so often, I don't know if it's once a year, they shed their exoskeletons. They kind of have an exoskeleton, even though they're hairy and it doesn't seem like they do. And so I did see a video of this tarantula. You know, they fold their legs together and kind of shake and then back out of their exoskeletons. And it can take several hours, and then they're a bit squishy for a couple days before they harden back up again.
Oh, before they get tough again.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny if we could do that? You know, if we could change it up. I mean,
It would
I
be-
suppose the thing is you still look the same when you get your new one. It's not like you know, or you
Well, maybe
refreshed.
You're slightly bigger. Just about a quarter inch bigger.
Oh,
You know.
And are you refreshed looking? It's like you got into a new skin, so you're all new again. You know, it's sort of like having a facelift and a buff and a scrub and a major exfoliation because you're a new, beautiful you.
Pat, my friend Pat says he's got 2 tarantulas that he didn't know they lived that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pat. Now you know.
They don't all live that long. So they shed their exoskeletons, and they're replaced. So their exoskeletons are replaced, and then also they replace several of their internal organs, including their female genitalia, their stomach
Not
lining.
the male, just the
And-
females gets changed over.
Yeah, the male doesn't get a new. The male has his genitalia thing is like another leg. The way
Of course
they
it is.
described it.
Yeah,
Of course it is.
Yeah, his ninth leg.
But the
But let me
but
just
they
ask
can-
you:
but-
does that mean that the female tarantulas keep on having babies because they keep on getting a new uterus and
I suppose it did. I didn't really get that deep into how long the reproductive. But most animals, once they're done reproducing and raising their last young, that's it. They're done. There's no point in living any longer. We're rare in that sense.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Pat vouches for the exoskeleton thing. That's good. Rich is suggesting you buy a chihuahua and a parrot too. That'd be great. So yeah, they can replace a lost leg when they do their exoskeleton thing.
Oh, nice.
So if their leg gets torn off.
Yeah.
When they eat their prey, they sting them and then kind of paralyze them. And do you know what's the thing that eats tarantulas? It's a parasite Pepsis wasp. And the wasp stings the tarantula, which paralyzes the tarantula. And then the wasp lays its eggs inside the tarantula's body. And when the wasp larvae are born inside the tarantula, they devour the tarantula alive while it's paralyzed. So who's the asshole now, tarantulas or Pepsis wasps?
Wow.
It's
I
the
have
wasps.
to say, parasites are pretty yucky what they do. I mean, I don't know how many parasites you've had, but
These parasitic wasps, there's different kinds of them, and they're all sort of evil. They're the supervillains of the insect world.
Okay.
They're
All
awful.
right. Yeah,
now,
got it.
which story would you rather hear before lunch? That story about the parasitic Pepsis wasp, or my story about my lunch that I ate yesterday?
And that's a real question for you, audience. Let Jake know because he's dying to know which would you prefer right before you ate lunch. Costco canned chicken, moolied up with red sauce, some brown rice, make a piece of toast, put it on the toast, put some white cottage cheese on to make it look a little bit like a crime scene, and then... Oh, you didn't grate any other cheese on top of it, did you? You just went, so restrained to not grate cheese on top of that. That, or the tarantula that gets inside you that lays the eggs, that paralyzes you, the larvae then eat you alive.
Dana says they have fangs and they bite tarantulas. There's people who have tarantula experience here. Pat owns a couple. Jeff says if you drop a tarantula, you can rupture their abdomen, so be careful. And that's really true of all pets. I mean, you have to drop different pets from different heights if you want to rupture their abdomen, if that's your goal. Like, you could rupture a dog's abdomen if you dropped it off a 2-story house.
Yeah, well, okay. All right, nice, guys. Like, yeah.
So.
Okay, any more tarantula info that we need?
So tarantulas.
I didn't read it.
Tarantulas lay their eggs in a little cocoon, and it takes 6 to 9 weeks in the cocoon. And then guess how many baby tarantulas, come out of the tarantula cocoon?
Too many.
Yes, I mean you'd think the size of the tarantula that you get maybe 5, maybe 8, like a litter of pigs or something, but 500 to 1,000 baby tarantulas come out of that thing. They must be super tiny and immediately get eaten.
Yeah, they must be like baby turtles. You know, the mummy has 100 turtles. They run for the ocean, but who makes it? How many make it to the ocean? Half a turtle, half a baby turtle.
Half a baby turtle.
It's the numbers are really low. Except right now, because of coronavirus, the baby turtles, because they don't have all these humans right on top of them watching. They're actually, they have natural predators, obviously, in the environment, but they're doing quite well without us there with flashlights.
The turtles are loving that there are not people watching them go to the
all
ocean.
the animals are loving it. I mean, in national parks, they're, walking, they're totally, walking up and down the streets. They're, relaxing in trees and doing proper bear stuff because they don't have to be hiding from people all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's some good stories. Whose job is it to count baby spiders? I don't know. That's a good question. My son forgot his pet tarantula in a yogurt container at my house, and he went back to college. Oh, it was a desperate call. That was, Mom, don't toss the yogurt container in my room. Right, it's got a tarantula in it.
Yeah, keep
Wow.
that thing alive till I come home. And now
Yeah.
it's your tarantula. You have adopted the tarantula.
Yeah, so I'm not.
as the
I'm,
mum.
I'm going off the idea of pet tarantulas. I'm not doing that. But
Were you ever on it?
oh, well,
You would like to.
I've
I mean, I
considered
suppose,
it.
what would make this office more perfect than it is right now?
couple of free range tarantulas. you mean?
Yeah, some tarantulas.
Oh,
a
don't put
couple
your
of
hand in that.
snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you get? What do you call the places where you have those animals? You know, because they have to go. It's not an aquarium, obviously, because they're not in water. But you know, they're those. They have the tanks in the walls where you have your reptiles.
The reptiles. Well, tarantulas live in a burrow. They don't. They can. They'll sometimes weave a little web as a tripwire.
They could make some nice
Yeah.
burrows in here.
Pat says
Yeah.
they're the easiest pet in the world.
What do you give them to eat? Did you
They're-
go?
They eat insects. Most of them eat
Oh.
insects, but there are some. There is a big tarantula that eats birds.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah,
Hey,
I don't think I could
we've
stand
got
it.
a lot of spiders, but they say we need our spiders because they eat the other bugs. I mean, we have got a lot. We've got trees, so we've got spider webs.
Yeah.
As long as the tarantula does not eat our bunny, because if it got near that bunny, that would be quite a fight, though, actually, because Gypsy doesn't realize that she should be scared of any other animal because she's had no experience with them.
Gypsy's the bunny.
So when she sees a dog and the dog barks at her, she's like, "Yeah." She just gets right in its face. She's not
Yeah.
afraid.
Pat says a couple of crickets every 3 weeks.
Oh.
A little water. Tarantulas are.
Oh, that's pretty easy.
All
A
set.
terrarium. Thank you,
Is
Laura.
that-
I
or
knew
seriously?
there was a
Well,
name.
Julie weighed in earlier. I'm
Oh, sorry. Oh, Julie, you were the winner, but Laura also the winner. I'm calling it a tie.
Terrarium.
A
And the
terrarium.
pink
I knew there
balls-
was a word.
Pink balls are called clackers.
Yeah.
So you were saying that the animals are glad that we're not there, but that's not true. I was reading a story on the BBC, so you know it's got to be true.
Yeah.
About
Very, very British.
Yeah. Is that racist? No.
You can say whatever you want about white people.
Yeah. Thank God.
I know we're
Thank
the
God.
like no one cares about us right now. Should we tell them the funny
Could
thing?
you-
Oh,
let
right.
me-
You've got a thing you're going to say. Then I'll say my
I'm
thing.
trying to say this thing.
Okay, go. I forgot.
So it was on the BBC. It was a story about zoo animals. Zoo animals are really missing the crowds.
Oh.
Like the elephants and the great apes, the gorillas. They come out. They're looking for them.
Oh.
They come out and they're looking around like where are the people?
Where are those weirdos that we
Yeah.
see? But I thought the pandas were finally able to have sex because they weren't on view. You know.
There's the exceptions to.
Yeah, some
all of
people
them.
like their privacy when they want to get it on, and other people will just go back.
Pandas like privacy. That's how you remember it. It's
Alliteration.
alliterative.
Yes, our favorite.
Yeah, we need spiders, but not inside the house. Someone else was repeating that thing that you had heard that people eat an average of 8 spiders in their lifetime. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if that's
right.
true,
By
but
accident.
I don't suggest you eat them all at the same. Just get it out of the way.
Yeah, no, because then you've got the other 7 that you were meant to accidentally eat. Well, it's that thing where you feel something fly, a bug comes into your mouth or something.
also-
or you might not even know. Might not.
Rich
have
is
felt
weighing
it.
in. Rats are not too pleased that restaurants are closed. They're bumming out.
They're
They're going
bumming out.
cannibalistic. The rats are going.
Oh,
Like New York,
and they're on the streets in
it's like
New
a
Orleans.
West Side Story, but rats.
That's going to be nice when they're out there dancing
Yeah.
and the wrong
Yeah.
girl is falling in love with the wrong rat boy. And do
Yeah.
you know that there's this guy who did this really cool? It was
By the way, if you're gonna get when the show's over, if you start writing West Side Story for rats, I would definitely like to be involved in that.
Well, here's the cool thing about rats. Remember that guy, that New York Times guy, who went around and he recorded all these really cool sounds around the world. And some of them are quite sort of, there's one with birch trees and he just recorded the sound of the wind in their leaves, which is quite beautiful. And one was lava, which sounds like breaking glass as the lava is, coming down the hill. But one of the most amazing ones that he did was the New York subway rats and going down into the, under the streets of New York. And he, you have to get them they're at a certain pitch that they are communicating at. It's super high. We don't hear them. And he recorded them so that you could hear them communicating. And then he said that is rats laughing, like they're doing stuff and they are laughing. And when you heard it, and the volume that he had it at, it first of all sounds like communication. I know you think I'm just so gullible
No,
that
I'm
I
just-
believe anything. I believe that rats are sophisticated enough, because I love the story that
I'm
they are
thinking
down
of-
there laughing like.
My next comedy special is going to be called Jokes for Rats. So, yes, zoo monkeys have no one to throw their feces at. Zoo animal suicides at an all-time high, Brian. I don't know
Oh,
if that's
hope
true.
not.
But Dana, who's really powerful in this episode, he says he was a zookeeper for decades, and some animals do like the crowd. So that's, I mean, if you believe a guy in the comments of this Facebook Live YouTube
Rats
show.
like to be tickled for real. Well, they do say that rats are great pets and that they're smart. And I just wouldn't want a white rat on my shoulder. And
Laura-
yes.
Laura says they've been taking penguins and other animals out to see the fish tanks at the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta. The penguins like to go look at the fish. Come on, boys.
Yeah, now
Let's
that
go
they
look at the
can.
fish.
Oh, that's so nice. Now that they can.
Very sweet.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
sweet. Penguins. Yeah, I come from a land of penguins.
Yeah, rats.
They're cute.
Dana says rats like to be tickled. I think that's true. Frank had a pet rat for a while. Our friend.
Yeah.
and-
They say that they're
he said it
super
was
great.
great.
They're very smart and they're kind of loyal. They really like you. They're better than hamsters, people say. But
it's just a couple year lifespan on a rat.
Yeah. Well, that's what we
It's
had with the
tough.
hamster. I mean, it was pretty horrible when she died. Of course, I was the one who found her all in the
Empathetic.
cage.
They're empathetic and smart. Rats.
Oh, well, we like empathy and we like smartness. We're quite keen on those as traits, aren't we? You and I.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean, I
very.
it's a weird way to go into a pet store. Like, I'm looking for a pet and I'd like something empathetic.
No, I'm thinking of someone
Hmm.
who's not smart and not empathetic, who's really affecting our lives right now. Maybe, anyway.
Oh, you talking about him?
Yeah, but I'm not going to say any more than that.
President
but,
Varinus.
Yeah, you need some empathy and you need some smarts
Yeah,
for
you
that
do.
job. It's I mean, you'd think it was a no-brainer, but
All right.
apparently some people didn't.
We're winding down for today. I've got
Okay.
a couple of things that I can say for tomorrow, but I thought, would you like a question from the book of questions?
God. I did have that thing I was going to say.
Yeah,
Oh.
well,
I
there's
know.
a lot of things that
Yeah,
you
we
were going to do.
segued right past it, and I interrupted, and I've forgotten this. I've forgotten that tangent. It's
Scott
gone
says
now.
if a parrot loves you, it vomits. I had a pet parrot. They feed their young. They regurgitate into them, but I didn't. I've never. My
Oh, if
parrot,
they if Emmy had loved you enough, she would have regurgitated into our mouths.
well, or just throw up some food for you.
Oh, that
Yeah.
might have been a bit much. I mean, imagine if she actually tried to do it like right in your gob.
Yeah. Todd's saying you want an empathetic pet with a tough abdomen.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
I'm not
looking
going
for
to be
something empathetic that I can drop off a ladder on Saturdays.
Yeah, and I'm smart. Do you want your pet to be smart?
Well, not smarter than me.
No, not
I
smarter
mean, that's
than
one
you.
of the problems with you.
Yeah.
You're often a bit too smart for me.
Yeah. But you didn't want a pet wife. You wanted a proper wife.
No.
And there's, a
Yes.
proper wife is going to be smart.
Oh God, if I had to feed you, I don't think I could do it.
Oh, yuck. I wouldn't like that either.
No. So, are you ready
Can't
for?
handle
Are you
you
ready?
feeding
Are
yourself.
you ready for a question from the book of questions?
Okay, I hope it's a really tough one and I can't answer it. No, I don't. I hope I can answer it. Don't just ask me don't ask me a dumb question.
No, this is a
Okay.
random question, but I feel like it's very
Good
appropriate
one?
for
All
right
right.
now. And this,
Okay, I'm gonna really
I'm
try
told,
hard to-
I'm told that this can work with any book, but here's the question. I just opened to this. This is question 191.
I am ready.
Would you rather be happy yet slow-witted and unimaginative, or unhappy yet bright and creative? For example, I don't know why you need an example. Would you rather live the life of a brilliant yet tortured artist such as Vincent van Gogh, or that of a happy but carefree soul who's a bit simple-minded? They don't have an example of that guy.
Yeah, they can't because it's they'd be
Yeah.
being sued for defamation. That is really a hard one. I mean, couldn't I be tortured but not as much as Vincent van Gogh?
Well, I feel
Goth,
like that's
as
where
we
you're
call
at
him, where I
now.
come from.
You're smart, but not super smart.
But creative,
Yeah.
but not super creative. Ooh, that's a tricky one. I mean, I know that I think I'd prefer to be smart and a bit tortured and creating some interesting work than happy and dumb and
Yeah.
pulling corn out of my
We're too
ear.
smart for that question. I think it's hard to
yeah.
choose to dumb yourself down. But I do sometimes feel like there's people out there who are happier than me, and the reason is they don't understand what's going on.
Well, I do. Yeah, they do say ignorance is bliss.
Like Charles Barkley. Jen, you nailed it.
Yeah, I.
Oh my God.
yeah.
I don't think Charles Barkley is as dumb as you think, Jen. But I feel like as a punchline, that was satisfactory.
Yeah,
Ooh,
you get top marks
nailed it.
today, Jen. Top marks.
So
Andrea says we need more stuff behind you. What can we send?
Yeah.
Nothing for behind. But when we do
Je-
the shot, when we go in this direction, I bet they're going to be a bit disappointed. I mean, there are so many lanyards over there, but
yeah, well, I'm gonna have to do a little curating of that area.
yeah. I think we're going to have to set dress it just slightly. There's a leopard print, lamp over there. You can see a bit of the. Oh, I used to be able to see the bit of the painting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Andrea says I need more stuff behind me. What can you send? Well, that's what you just said. But I don't think you need to send things. I have to find. They have to be. You have to give them to me. You have to come to a comedy show and then give me some little crap thing.
There is.
I've got a box of. If you can imagine, there's a box of things in here now that are not on display. The permanent collection is larger than the display area.
Oh my God, yeah. And I have to get rid of my old VHS tapes because they're taking up too much room in the basement, which is totally your domain anyway. I go in there sometimes. I think I don't have a very big basement footprint. I think I'm the smallest person in the basement.
We can go through the basement. No, you're not. We can go
I
through
think
the
I
basement.
am. Fanula has all her soft toys out there because she thinks she needs to keep them for
All
her
right.
whole life.
This is
Too much information for them.
good. This is good talk for tomorrow, maybe. Brian's got to go.
My teeny weeny basement footprint and how irksome it is. Yeah.
Scott says Trump seems pleased with himself. He does. He does.
Yeah.
And I'm trying,
Yeah.
Scott. I'm really trying not to be divisive, but yes, I think I can safely agree with that.
Keys has got a brother who's kind of ignorant and seems really happy.
Yeah, there's plenty of examples.
I know, but you want it.
Like, what are those dogs? Irish setters? They're supposed to be
dumb as dog shit.
But they always seem really happy.
Oh my
dogs. Everybody says dogs are smart, but they just seem too happy to be smart.
Yeah,
like, how can you be that happy?
Yeah, I don't think dogs aren't as smart as elephants or dolphins or maybe even rats.
Yeah.
Okay, well that might be controversial for any dog lovers out there. Sorry about that.
Oh, dogs are smart. They're great. Look, whatever pets
I love dogs. In fact, my friend has a dog, Olive, who I'd like to give me Olive. I think Olive's such a cool dog. I mean, it's their family pet. I've been allowed to look after her once, and if she hears me say this,
well, you can send her a link to the show.
She probably will never let me look after Olive again because she'll think I'll kidnap her.
Oh, Peter Sellers and Being There. God, that's a great movie.
Oh yes,
we
I
could
love
watch
that
that
movie.
again.
Okay,
So
this is it.
It's time. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. You guys have been great. You're really getting me through this Tuesday. It was a toughie Tuesday, and tomorrow's hump day, Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh, so, my day was good, but
you had a really great day.
Yeah, you gave yourself a personal injury.
We'll tell them tomorrow about your Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're well. Don't give up. There'll be time to give up later. Stay strong. Help each other. Let's try and be nice to each other. All right.
Well, you guys are lovely. I mean, you're so lovely. So yeah, just keep that loveliness going for the next 24 hours. We will see you at 3 p.m. our time tomorrow, whatever time that is with you. We don't know your time zone. I mean, we don't. Sorry.
Jeff, Wombat Wednesday was last Wednesday.
Oh, Jeff, he wants more shit on the wombats.
The internet. You got to start Googling.
Yeah, come on, man.
Last Wednesday, Wombat Wednesday was great, but we can't do it 2 weeks in a row.